time. Literally got that.
Oh, is that all right? Otherwise, I'll be like this. Hey.
This is also the first one. Staff intro, introduction to history of Cin Cin. First one.
Okay.
And then, do you remember the name of his brewery? And I don't even have any idea how much time we have. I'm prepared. 2 minutes? Okay, good.
2 minutes, you guys. 2 minutes. Hey everybody, happy Cin Cin. Here we are at Maltby. Who would have guessed that 5 years ago? But welcome to Cin Cin 2021. We're so happy to have you here, Peggy.
Yeah, love it. And we thank you for doing yet another virtual event. We hope that this, no offense, but we hope it's our last.
Yeah.
I
think we're ready to do in-person stuff. If you've been out recently, you'll know that we're no masks anymore and everything's going great. I just want to personally say thank you to everyone who's on today for the support that you've given JM Cellars and Hops and Seed, our new brewery, and everybody on our team. I know wants to say thank you for your understanding. There have been obviously those days when we were in this tent and it was 38 degrees outside and there was sleet coming down and there was wind blowing and it felt like you were in a flag, and you guys still came out and got really close to those propane heaters and made it a really nice time. And I can't tell you enough how much it meant to all of us. So thank you.
Absolutely.
And then Peggy, why don't you share how we're set up?
Yeah, so we have our team. Not everyone could make it, but we decided that because we didn't feel like we could do 500 people a day at our little Bramble Bump, we wanted to have our staff here to thank them for really rising to the occasion the last 18 months. As we all know, it's been challenging, and so we just wanted to thank them. So here's our team. Raise your glasses, guys. Woohoo!
Here's to all of you.
Thank you. So it really is, we couldn't do this without them, and It's just, we love them and appreciate them.
Well, and we got to really give them a treat because Chef John Howie is here in person.
Yeah,
we're gonna
absolutely.
We're gonna have a little time here in just a few minutes with John, and I think this is going to be a really fun pairing tonight. And then we got some other surprises along the way in the next hour, including the tradition of the raffle at JM Cellars.
Absolutely.
So, and I think you're going to really like some of the raffle items that we have for this year's raffle. So, without further ado, actually, I want to give, if you're new to the wine club and you kind of wonder what this Cin Cin thing is, we really came up with this idea about, I think, 2005 or so. And it was to say thanks for all the support, a half-year wine club party. And we love the term Cin Cin from Italy. It's just, it says it all. It's cheers, it's happiness, it's life, it's love. And so we say Cin Cin all the time. And I know you guys have all gotten into the rhythm on this too. So if you want to hashtag Cin Cin JM, that'd be awesome. I don't even know what that does.
Right, okay, yeah.
But it sounded right.
I think we can leave that to the younger generation.
Exactly.
But anyway.
Exactly.
Great to have you here. I think that we're going to go right into the food and beer,
our demo.
Right?
So, we're gonna short break. Okay, so we're gonna have a quick short break, and then we're gonna meet you again with Chef John Howie and our brewmaster Drew the Man Seed, who the Hops and Seed Brewery that we started in January is really named for. He's going to be joining us as well. So we'll be right back.
Thanks, gang.
Okay, so we're back, and I just have the honor and privilege of introducing Chef John Howie, one of our favorite people to work with, a fantastic partner in the catering that we've been doing up at JM Cellars, and just an overall great guy. John, so nice to have you here.
Well, it's so great to be here, and I love being a part of Cin Cin, so thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
And so those of you who are at home, most of you have picked up a box today. And so we've got some fun appetizers that we're going to do, and we're going to start. I'm going to kind of run through the box real quick for you so you know what we're doing. And if you lose your way, we sent you instructions too, so it's okay. Now, if you haven't already, please turn on your oven and get it warmed up to about 400 degrees. Hopefully you've done that already, though. So we've got some pretzel bites, and this is kind of fun because not only are they pretzels, but they're made with spent brewing grains. And we'll talk to Drew a little bit about that too once he gets to taste them. And then we've got some Wagyu meatballs with a little veal demi-glaze. And then we've got a shrimp ceviche. Oh, look, we've got some fun little things hanging under our stuff here. So shrimp ceviche with a grilled pineapple relish, which will go beautiful with the Sauvignon Blanc. And when we get started, we'll very quickly throw in the pretzels. Come on behind, Drew.
Drew's seat, by the way.
Yes. Everyone. Welcome, Drew. And I hope you're going to open that pour for us here, too.
Yeah. I feel like I've got a guard on this team.
No, I can be power forward. Drew can be the center.
Exactly.
Okay.
No, I actually coached him
Did you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Can't tell him stories.
All right, no, I really wanted it so badly.
So it's just a little mist of water on top of those pretzels. And then you have a small cup of some pretzel salt. We're just going to put some of that on top of the pretzels. And you can put as little or as much as you want to put on. It'll work just fine. And so we've got that, and then we'll put them in the oven. And they are not going to take very long in this oven, about 4 to 5 minutes. The oven's good loud. Okay. So along with those, I'm going to just get this stuff out of here so we can remove the box out of the way.
Good idea.
Get all of our goodies out. And that you can just throw down below. Perfect. And so along with the pretzels, we have a really great sauce. And it's a smoked Gouda sauce. And we make it with fresh thyme. And it works perfect and is a wonderful pair with your beer. I was so thrilled to taste it. I thought this is going to work great with these pretzels. So get a little heat in there. Now, if you want to at home, you could heat this up in a microwave, but you have to be really careful because your cup might melt. But we're just going to heat it up in a pan here. It's a nice thick sauce, and we'll just let that sit in the pan and get warmed up, and it'll be ready to go by the time the pretzels are ready. Just let that sit there. And so, Drew, tell us a little bit about your project here, the Hop and Seed. You know what was really funny? I had no idea what your last name was until John just said it.
Right.
And so that's where the seed came from. I was wondering what kind of seed you were brewing.
Yep.
But that's so cool.
I know, it's one of those things where you're like, is the name better or worse? And you find out like, oh, that's his last name.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah, so project is we've nestled a nice little microbrewery right in the back of the winery here.
I saw that today. It's really cool.
This was our kind of thing after I was back working with John at harvest time and busting long days making wine, and he was saying like, well, it's kind of nice having you back, and we don't really want to see you go, work at another winery again like I did a few years ago. And
so you found a way to keep
brewery?
you.
Yeah. It's
awesome.
Like dream come true for me. So I've been home brewing for almost over 12 years, and
wow.
so it's been something
You can't be old enough to have been home brewing for 12 years.
Fun. Well, we just like to forget about that part. I was just there for the process before, right?
There you go.
We didn't taste anything. So, and then went and did the wine thing. John really turned me on to that, working here as a 19-year-old kid, just having so much fun helping these guys make delicious wine. And I got inspired to go to WSU and did the wine program.
Oh,
but
that's
the
cool.
whole time I was always like, man, I really am passionate about making beer. So getting the chance to do it with John, where it all started, has been just incredible.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is, for me, I love new things. I love change. I love, as everybody who's a part of our wine club knows, we don't do the same thing every year. There's always something new coming. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the projects we've got coming up. But I really love seeing people come through JM Cellars and get to do some things that maybe you couldn't do if you were in a bigger company. And when Drew, I've shared this story a couple of times, but I'll share it again. Tommy Bigelow, who you're going to hear from in just a little bit, he and Drew were best friends in high school, and Peggy and I did our very best to lure them into the weekends at the Bigelow's house, and they never came to the Bigelow's house. They were always at Drew's house, and we couldn't figure out what was going on.
Now you know why.
We found out, So Drew was brewing and Tommy was tasting all through high school. And we're happy about it because look what's happened.
It's turned out well.
That's awesome. You should
yeah,
open
let's
up
crack
and let's
it
pour
open.
some.
Let's crack it.
Yeah.
So this is a crowler. We got a crowler machine on the bar that Drew built.
32 ounce.
Yeah, and so if you all have a crowler in your kit. If you got the kit, go ahead and
The crowlers are awesome. We use them at my brewery as
Yep.
well. And I'm not a big growler fan because I think the beer changes way too much. And the crowler, you're able to displace with some argon gas as you put it in there, and so it holds much better. That can be good for a month in your refrigerator, where a growler doesn't last that long.
no, it doesn't.
So
Exactly.
it's really nice to have that. And the cans look cool too.
I love
Yeah.
that John brings this up because he's I'm inspired by him and what he's done. He's got a brewery, he's got a distillery, he's got a catering business, he's got Sea Star, incredible John Howie Steakhouse, everything. I mean, I think I'm doing a bunch of stuff. I don't know how you keep up.
I got a few things going on.
Yes, you do.
Including some food at Costco and a restaurant on the Microsoft campus as well. Oh, man. Which they just told me today is coming back on August 2nd. So that's awesome.
How about a cheers to
Yeah,
that?
they're bringing people back, and we're going to be going again. All right, so.
Got to do the pretzels first.
Okay, so the pretzels are ready to go after a short time. We'll just kind of throw those on there, and then we can dip them in the sauce and take a taste and see how that works with the.
Which beer did you grab?
It's the IPA.
It is the IPA. All right.
Well, good. It's the right one then. Careful, that could be hot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not going to taste like anything if we scald our mouths.
Nom.
Oh yeah, it's hot.
Oh, that's very good beer. Thank
That's
you, Drew.
meaty.
Yep. And those of you at home hopefully are enjoying this at the same time. That lovely sauce.
They love the smoked Gouda.
That's spent grain? That's unbelievable.
Well, part of it is spent grain.
Okay. It's so good.
I mean, you know how much you have left over when you
Right.
make a batch of beer. So you're probably donating it to a farm or doing something like that, which is what we do with ours. But we pull out a little to make our pretzels.
It's incredible.
And people have really enjoyed them. So,
That's a great idea.
Double dipping is okay?
yeah, sure, why
Let's
not?
go.
Hey, a year ago, not so much.
Now that we're all vaccinated.
I know. Thank God.
Okay, so while we're moving forward,
That's really good.
the next item we're going to do is actually going to be a shrimp ceviche. But before that, I'm going to go ahead and throw the meatballs into the oven so they can get cooking. Of course, I have to stop and have a sip. But so the meatballs come in a little tinfoil container. You're just going to take that top off and then go ahead and place them in the oven. They have already been pre-cooked, so we're just really warming them up. So they're in there. And while we're waiting for that, we're going to have some fun. And here, I'm going to slide these down this way.
Okay.
I'm sure you won't complain.
Not
Okay.
at all.
And so we're going to mix together the shrimp that's in your bag, and so pour those right into the bowl. And this is a ceviche style shrimp, so it was lightly blanched, and then it was finished in some lime and lemon juice. So that's what finishes the cooking process. Excuse me. We're going to add in a little bit of pineapple relish, which has been grilled. It's got some jalapeno, a little red bell pepper, cilantro, lime. And because I got a little piece of brewing grain stuck in my throat.
You know what it is for me is I noticed there's a little smoke in the air today.
Yeah.
I've been gravelly all day.
That probably wasn't my problem. I think
Yeah,
I actually had the
okay,
brewing
all
grain
right,
in my
all
throat,
right.
but that's that could do it too. I hope we're not going to be in for a lot of that.
God, I hope not.
So all we do with the ceviche is just toss it around in that relish, and you can toss. Yeah, I won't get you.
You're a pro.
And then really it just goes right down into the bowl. You got a bowl or a cup, and you finish by topping it off. We must have lost Drew, huh?
Yeah, Drew, I think he is brewing right now, actually,
There you go.
in the back.
Well, I'll tell you, I was here early today, and John got to show me a lot of different things, and one of them was a couple of J.P. Trodden whiskey casks
Yep.
that Drew's going to be putting some stout in there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that's one
Okay,
of the
move
best
over,
dark
gang.
beers.
I wanna be in on this.
All right.
Look, it's
So-
beautiful.
So we're going to finish this dish with some chopped macadamia nuts.
Nice.
And then it gets a little bit of extra virgin first press olive oil. And oh, thank you. You're going to be, Peggy, you're going to be pouring the Sauvignon Blanc or the Sauvignon Blanc for us. And then we just finish the top with a little bit of Hawaiian black sea salt.
Nice.
Just to give it a little bit of crunch. And
Thank you.
there you go.
Wonderful.
All right.
Here,
And
let me pour
this for
you
me?
a little. Yes.
Thank you. Perfect.
Fantastic. So this is the Sauvignon Blanc from 2020, so last fall. All stainless steel fermented.
Perfect for me.
Yeah, I love it. It's It's 100% Sauvignon Blanc from a vineyard called Quintessence Vineyard on Red Mountain. Super hot site. And what I've found over the years is hot site Sauvignon Blanc has much more of the citrus and kind of Myers lemon character that I really want versus the grapefruity.
So a little bit more acid. It goes probably great with food.
Cheers.
Perfect.
Cheers.
Thank you.
And we just dig in. You go first.
I'm
Megan.
going, yeah. Sounds good. I'll do it. Oh, yeah.
Grab yourself a shrimp and get some of the other stuff on there, and there you go. Might be a little big of a bite, but I'm a big guy.
I like a mouthful.
There you go. Mmm. Little sweet flavor.
Delicious.
From the pineapple.
Great textures.
Thank you.
I like the nuts.
Hi, everybody.
Well, hopefully you at home are in the kind of the same place we are, with some beautiful Sauvignon Blanc. And if you listen to what we wrote in the thing, it's nice and chilled already too, so that's good. And goes great with this ceviche.
Wonderful. What kind of shrimp?
Feedback is cheese is amazing.
Oh, good.
Oh,
That's
good.
good to hear.
So
Pretzel
what
and
kind of
cheese.
shrimp are you using?
So this is a white Gulf shrimp. So it's a wild shrimp that comes out of the
Gulf.
Mexican Gulf area. And one of my favorites. The only shrimp that I think I'd rather do this with is the shrimp that they grow in Kauai.
Oh.
It is the sweetest shrimp I've ever had. But they just don't, we used it when we first opened. They just don't send out as much anymore because they can pretty much sell it all right there.
I'm sure. I am sure.
But it's really, really good. It's a little bit sweeter than this, but this is a nice
It's
shrimp.
beautiful.
So
Wonderful.
Fabulous.
it would go well with, I mean, if you're up in the islands here too, the spotted shrimp here
I like
would work
those.
really nice with this as well.
Yeah, those are, but
So-
those are really short seasons. Can you get them?
Short and small. We can't really get them
Yeah.
commercial wise. It's pretty much only as an individual you can go
That's
out
what
and
I
shrimp
thought.
farm and get them.
Yeah, really nice. Sean?
You know what? I
Okay.
love it when somebody's
Really good.
not too embarrassed to just
He
go ahead
doesn't-
and
I've
dig
gotta
in
try
right behind the
this.
camera.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Ooh,
That's
this
how it
looks
works.
really
So
good.
while we're waiting for those meatballs, we have a little finish that we need to do with that.
Oh my God.
And that is going to be a
Delicious.
demi-glaze sauce that we have. So I'm going to just heat that
this
up in the
yours?
pan again.
Yeah.
And oh, I forgot to tell you how to use your garnish. Oh well. We just got some pineapple spears from doing the pineapple. And so before you presented that, you could just put a little garnish in there, just have them off the back side. They look kind of nice as a garnish. That's about it.
Nice.
But
Cute.
yeah, here we go. Here's a
Has a
half-eaten
little
one.
Asian flair.
Mostly by me. Yum.
Oh my God, the pretzels are divine.
Aren't those great? And it's amazing. You can actually taste the brew in that inside.
It's
there.
wonderful.
Yeah,
And-
I got a really meaty kind of character to it. It's
Yeah,
really
it's-
delicious.
It's got kind of a earthy grain from
I don't
using
think I
the
should
grains.
be eating on camera.
No, I think it's just fine. You're good.
I think right now it's Cin Cin. We're supposed to eat on camera, right?
Exactly.
No,
eat
no.
eat
I'll
and
hide
drink
behind the
on
plant.
camera. Here we go. Yeah.
Cheers.
People want to know that we're having as much fun as they are, right?
Totally.
I know.
Perfect.
Well, you know, and one of the things I've got to say is today when people were picking up their kits, Cindy and the whole gang who came out to Maltby to pick up your kits, I loved hearing the stories of where you're going to be tonight. And there are so many Cin Cin parties going on right now where wine club members are getting together. And, you know, one of the beauties of JM Cellars for Peggy and I over the last 23 years has been the fact that we've introduced so many of you to so many others in the wine club. And we hear about stories of people who didn't know each other before the wine club are now, well, this year for sure, going on cruises again
Yeah.
together. And, you know, if you can create something in life that brings people together, I mean, that's what it's all about. And it
huge
makes my day every time I hear those stories. So keep them coming.
That's awesome. You're making friends and making wine friends, and
Absolutely.
they're having a great time together. That's wonderful.
I'm going to do this the rest of my life.
All right. So the meatballs came out of the oven.
Wow.
These are made with a Wagyu beef, and we roast some mushrooms and grind those up into there too. There's a little bit of frog gras in the demi-glaze, and then we're just going to garnish with some chopped chives.
Yummy.
And these, you're going to be blown away how great these are with that cab.
Oh yeah.
That cab's amazing.
I'm
And
excited.
this is like
So
the
this is what you
perfect
do.
appetizer for the cab.
When you're in a tent in a parking lot and you have a little bit of wine left and you want to get to the cab,
You finish it.
Yeah,
just
you
don't.
finish it.
I finished mine.
boy.
Hold on. Oops.
Oh.
Okay. I was going to give you a little water if you wanted to rinse.
Nope. I think just going straight wine on wine is my favorite.
I'm all good.
Yeah. There you go.
Perfect.
Peggy?
Thank you. Oops.
Did I get you?
Blanc left. No, I wore all dark.
Oh. you
matter.
know how I pour.
Doesn't matter. I didn't wear my white today.
All right, so I'm going to be good on my branding there.
There you go.
So this is Cabernet
Smells
Sauvignon,
good.
100% cab off of Margaret's Vineyard. So our estate vineyard over in Walla Walla. It's 1,200 feet up above the Walla Walla Valley. One of the most beautiful places that I've ever been. And I love being in the vineyard. The only person who loves the vineyard maybe more than I do is my son Tommy, who is working the vineyards right now. We're going to hear from him in just a little while.
I heard it's like 104 degrees over there.
It's been
That's
for the
exactly
last
what he
3
said.
weeks.
I asked him today. 104.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's
Yeah,
crazy.
It's hot.
I'm glad we don't have that here anymore. They can keep it over there.
Exactly.
Yeah, and people have asked me how are the vines doing in all that heat, and the good news is we saw the heat wave coming, so we started laying water for about 5 to 6 days beforehand, pretty aggressively all through the vineyards. And what that does is give the vine a chance to really kind of weather that really hard heat.
Nice.
And when you do that, they love it. Now, if you're dry farming, this is going to be a very dicey year.
Yeah.
There's just not. I mean, we're in a really warm, unseasonal.
I mean,
warm.
I've heard that
Unseasonably, yeah.
grapevines like to be stressed a little bit, don't
They
they?
do,
Because
they
it
do.
helps provide a nicer fruit.
Yeah,
So
but they
that's-
also want to be healthy.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
I think there is
I can only stress so
fine,
much.
Exactly. There's a fine line, probably.
Yeah.
but
Well, and
everybody
that's
has their own philosophies.
Well, and I think that's one of the reasons that
you
you
got forks, sir?
have to
Yeah? Are we supposed to eat?
Oh, you can.
go for it. You're in. I think that's one of the reasons
Sorry.
Careful,
that
they are warm,
you
though.
spend so much time in the vineyards too.
I gotta be careful.
Because if
Maybe cut in half.
you really look and observe what's going on, you can tell whether the vine's at the point where it's too stressed or it's
Just stressed enough.
doing it just right. Yeah. All right. You guys went for half. I'm going for a whole.
It's really hot, but
Okay.
you should be okay.
He might be spinning. Apparently, it's quite hot. You okay?
Oh,
They're delicious.
no, ma.
Yeah.
And
Thank
what
you.
a match.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
This is awesome. Haven't really eaten this well in a parking lot for a long time.
I know.
Or drank this well.
I know.
Yeah.
That is
Wonderful.
delicious. That
works for
Good
me.
pairing. Thank you.
Yes. My pleasure.
Nothing to it. All right.
Absolutely.
How many boxes did you guys end up making?
I think we had 62 people pick up boxes today.
Nice.
But yeah, so it was like 100 total with our,
Oh,
our
with
team.
your crew, your team, we didn't make boxes for them. We're just making it all for them.
Yeah,
so that's
exactly.
good.
So that's
Which is nice.
fantastic.
Yeah. Well,
Chef,
thanks for
you.
having me.
Absolutely.
Thrilled to be here. Thrilled to be a
Wonderful.
part of what has been a 16-year tradition now.
Absolutely. And
Awesome.
thrilled to be moving into new phases.
I got to say, honestly, if you are trying to cater an event and you want high-end catering, reasonable price, not to do an ad for you, but
Go ahead.
we have a lot of caterers who come through. And I got to say, your team is always a standout.
Well, you have a consistent team, and that is
That makes a big difference.
Miguel in the
not
back
only a
has
big
been at our
difference,
place. Thank
it
you,
is
Miguel.
the
He's one of those guys that leaves your place spotless.
Totally. Well, and that's the
what
thing
we
I
want
told
every
John.
time, and it doesn't always happen. So we really appreciate your team. You've done a great job.
Well, thank you so much. And I actually promoted myself right down here on the bottom of the
Oh,
center. So
good. Wonderful.
promoted
Glad
your
you
place
did.
and myself. So
Glad you
Wonderful.
did.
Thank you.
Well, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that pairing. And, it's funny because I wasn't sure. The box was so light when I picked it up, and I was like, wow.
we needed a smaller box.
Yeah, I think a smaller box, or we should have put the wine in the box.
That
would have
we could
weighted
have
it
done,
down.
yeah.
But, I picked it up and I thought, okay, well, what's in it? And I looked and I went, okay, I see the components. I got to say, that light box created some of the most delicious things
I
I've
know.
tasted.
I'm
Great
ready to
pairings with
dig
your
in.
wines and the hop and seed.
So good. And that is a star. Wow.
I know,
I
they all
want
are.
these at my next, when I'm watching whatever sporting event, Tour de France, whatever it is.
Little
I
pretzel
want
bites.
those, yeah.
We actually make full-size soft pretzels out at
Do you?
at Beardsley.
Yum.
This is an easier way to do it for
Do you
groups.
cater
and-
your
Yeah, can we
full
buy the
size?
pretzels
we
for
can-
our brewery?
Sure, pretzels.
That would be awesome.
I think we found our source.
Yeah. Hey, winner, everybody's giving big
I
thumbs
went
up.
online. I was like, I don't know. I know now.
Yeah, I know now too.
We serve them at our in our places at Lumen Field too, and they're very
Wonderful.
popular down there.
I bet they are.
Yeah, instead of those old funny, big fat
That
ones that don't
are-
have flavor.
Yeah. And kind of gummy.
Kind of
Yeah.
gummy. That was not gummy. That
No,
was
delicious.
Okay,
Wonderful.
Court, what's our
Well,
next
thanks.
move? Over?
Oh, raffle.
It's raffle time. There you go.
Woo!
Well, thank you again.
so much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Sorry, I just walked away.
There we go.
Take care.
Thank you.
All right, over to the raffle. A definite tradition that we are going to keep up forever and ever. At
It's
least-
so quiet, though.
Well, I know usually there's this big. Well,
Come
actually,
on, what's going on?
the thing that I noticed about raffles when we did them up at the bump was the first raffle, everybody was kind of trying to figure out what was going on. There wasn't a lot of yelling or screaming. By the last raffle, I don't care what it was we were raffling off, if somebody won, oh my God, it felt like they had won a car. And we don't have a car this time. Sorry, you guys. But
Okay.
raffle number 1. This is all wine club members are eligible for this.
And we have 4 that we're raffling off, and the prize is a summer 6-pack, 2020 Bramble Bump White, 2020 Sauvignon Blanc, 2020 Viognier, 2018 The Royal, 2018 Margaret's Vineyard Estate Red, and 2018 Trey.
Can I just say something real quick about the Royal? I want to thank all of you that have sent me personal notes about how much you like the Royal. It's been, that's a new wine for us this year. I really felt like when I was doing the blending for our cabs in 2018, I was tasting the Stillwater Creek, 2 different blocks of cab that we get, and then the Merlot that we got off of that vineyard as well. And I was just blown away at how the acidity was just perfect on those wines. And you know, Ed Kelly is the vineyard manager out there. He's one of the most talented vineyard managers I've ever seen. He really has an ability to understand what the plant needs at the right time, particularly from a mineral standpoint. And I really think it's a unique vineyard. I think it's got some character that you just don't see anywhere else. So I started coming up with this idea of doing a Cab Merlot blend off of the vineyard. And when we finished it, it was just by coincidence that about a month before I finished this blend, the Washington State Wine Commission named that area around Stillwater Creek Vineyard the Royal Slope AVA. And we thought to ourselves, okay, we got to do something fun with that. And so our sister-in-law, Kristen Bigelow, over in Sun Valley, said, you should call it the Royal. And so we did. And there's a nice little crown on the label, but that doesn't matter because I just think the wine actually pairs beautifully with food. So enough of that.
Let's go on to
Let's
drawing.
go. I know everybody's waiting for the raffle, and I'm
Exactly. Okay. The first, Catherine Davis.
Way to go, Catherine.
Is that Kathy Davis? I know Kathy Davis. Yay! Fantastic.
Everybody.
Well, it's Lori Stusser's
I know.
sister.
I
Okay.
know exactly.
I went to high school with her sister. Thank
Way to
you,
go, Kathy.
Kathy. Oh gosh.
Julie, you win every year. Julie
I mean,
Anderson.
what in the world? How
How-
can that possibly happen again?
I think this might be 13 years in a row Julie has won a raffle prize. Okay, if anybody knows Julie Anderson, take her to the track and do whatever she tells you to do.
Okay.
Scott Samuelson, you are a winner.
Yeah. Thank you.
And
Finally, I think most people bought.
Sean and Carolyn Leone.
Woohoo!
Way to go. All right.
Thanks,
so
you guys.
You guys, well, you can pick up your raffle prize anytime. You know, probably we had somebody come in today, and I'm not going to name you because you were a little embarrassed about it. They hadn't picked up for 4 releases, and I really appreciated that they showed up and
Felt like
took
free
their
wine.
wine. But honestly, they walked out of here with more wine than I usually make in a day. So it was really fun. And honestly, this is a nice little pack that'll go great. So when you come in, grab your release, grab your raffle prize, and we'll go to the next one.
Okay, so now we go to the.
Projects.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you. So our team is really good at directing me, not only here, but every day. And they know, they send me messages all the time. We go on through.
What are we
okay.
supposed to do?
In we go.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we're going into the tasting room.
Okay, I'm going to let John go.
And hi, team.
Woohoo! Okay, so John, I think I'm going to let you do that.
All right,
Okay, all right.
come on in, you guys. So we've got a couple of projects that are happening right now. If you've been out
so
to the
bizarre.
tasting room in Maltby
so ready for
and
this
had me here, you probably have tasted a couple of wines that I've produced that used these clay amphoras. And I love these. They've really been a nice addition to what we're doing. I like to talk about it more from the standpoint of how I'm learning to become a better winemaker every year. And as I've traveled to different parts of the world, and I get an opportunity to actually taste with winemakers from France, Spain, Italy, it's been amazing to come back, Portugal, to come back and then try what they were telling me they do. And in Spain 4 years ago, Peggy and I had a chance to go to the Pure Rat, and it's just outside of Barcelona. If you ever get to Barcelona, you've got to go. It's an hour out of Barcelona. It's a beautiful wine growing region. And we were tasting Grenache, which is Spanish Grenache in that region, and they were delicious, every one of them. And the winemakers were showing me how they were working with the wine, and everyone was using these clay amphoras. So this amphora, and Max, by the way, Max Bretler's on the camera here. He is also one of the crew that is tied in with Drew and Tommy, and wonderful, wonderful guy. I appreciate you being here today. If you can take a little shot of this, you can see this is from a little town called Montecchio, just outside of Florence, Italy. And these, I have 4 of these now. Each one is done by hand. It's terracotta, and they add just a really nice element to the wine. So I don't do any of the wines by themselves with the exception of one in just the amphora. The one that I am doing that is just the amphora is a Pinot Noir from California. So I'm the only Washington State winemaker making a Pinot Noir with grapes from California. It's out of the Sonoma Coast region. It's one of the best Pinot vineyards in that region. It's called Doña Margarita is the name of the vineyard. And between the fantastic fruit that we had and using some of this clay, I think you're going to be really surprised at how delicious the wine is. So that's coming out. That'll be out in the Thanksgiving time frame. And I think it'll be a perfect wine for a turkey dinner or for a turkey like me. So that's my project that I want. I feel like I'm in grade school. That was my project. Now it's time for Drew to tell you about his project. Okay, let's go over there. I get to highlight somebody, not just Drew, but another set of great friends, Jennifer and Mark, who own J.P. Trodden in the vault. They make the best bourbon, I think, in the state of Washington. I love what they're creating. And we are huge fans, huge friends. And they were willing to sell us 2 used barrels for a project that Drew's going to tell you about.
Yeah, so these 2 bourbon barrels were just emptied last week. And Mark told me they held one of their single select bourbons for over 4.5 years. So they've had a lot of time to soak in lots of bourbony goodness. And before that, they're brand new barrels, so kind of a high char, so you can get a lot of oak character out of them. But so what I want to do with them, and for anyone who has been to Cin Cin, LSE 2013, so it's got to go in the the way back machine. But I did a beer there as a home brewer that was a bourbon barrel imperial stout, and everybody just loved it. It was the first year I brought a beer there. I'd only been home brewing at that time, kind of still figuring it out. I was like, oh, I don't know, are they gonna like it? Kind of nervous, and it was like blown away. Like every single person that tried it was like asking where to buy a beer, and we ran out in like 30 minutes. And I still hear about it today from people who were there. So if that was you, or if you also just love barrel-aged beer, my plan for this is we're gonna do an awesome, probably a 12 to 14% ABV, so super big oatmeal imperial stout. It's going to go in these barrels next week, and when it's nice and cold in November, we're going to bring it out, and at that time it's going to have taken on a ton of the delicious bourbon characters. And this is going to be like dessert in glass, so it's going to be awesome. And we'll have it hopefully right around Thanksgiving or at least by Christmas for draft pours, and do some nice wax tip bottles to take home to the family. And of course now we're just making lots of nice, drinkable summer beer, so we just want you to think about the future here.
So I thought I'd pull a little of your coffee porter just to give a sense of, he's got in his glass a Pilsner. That is the coffee porter, and it is delicious. It has this espresso character that's unbelievable. And what I loved about what Drew did with this is it's only 5.8% alcohol. So it looks like it's going to be a super heavy beer, but it just drinks beautifully in the summer. It's been a big hit at the brewery. I always say winery, and then I say brewery. So at the winery/brewery. So I think you are one of the most talented beer makers I have ever met. I can't believe how not only smart he is about how he's doing this, but how creative he is. And to have these become a bourbon stout, I'm just super stoked. And I'm gonna just tell you right now, this is my imitation, or not my imitation, it's gonna be real. This is what this smells like. Wow, that is heavy duty, beautiful bourbon. I wanna drink that and it's empty. Okay, you gotta fill it.
Wet for me, so.
It's really delicious. Oh my God, the aroma is unbelievable. So Drew, here's to you. Thank you for being a part of this journey that we're gonna take.
Thank you.
Yeah. And by the way, Max, who was doing the film work here, also did a lot of the branding for us, as well as Caleb, who is doing all the video on the back end of this. And I just want to say thanks to you guys. It was amazing to me. It took us 14 years as a winery to get to a point where I feel like we were branded and some people knew who JM Cellars was. In 6 months from January till now, we have gone through the entire branding process, and your motto that you came up with is what I love more than anything else, and it's believed and brewed in Maltby, Washington. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, so those are some projects that are going on. Let's head back out, and thank you, Drew. Go have fun, man, with the team. All right, so we are now at a Instagram feed viewing. Okay, so what does that mean?
We're going to show everyone who posted on Instagram and just thanks for posting on Instagram.
Perfect, okay. Thank you, Courtney. And that's Courtney Massey in the background.
Woohoo!
Yeah, our Courtney.
Oh, she's like,
and she's hiding behind the sign. You have been amazing in the way that, oh, there we go.
Okay.
Okay, so we're supposed to be back here. Sorry. We are very hard to corral, but we're trying.
Oh, over here, right?
Number two, you're
two?
good. Yep.
Oh, my.
You sell it with a smile. There you go.
Okay, So what are we? Here it is. Shall we
Raffle
look?
number 2.
Eligible, as you know, Instagram hashtags. We have 2 winners, and the prize is 2 admission tickets to future wine club events and signed Chef Howie cookbook.
All right. So,
Way to go.
do I get to pick this time?
Yeah, you pick.
All right.
Thanks, you guys. We need a little noise. We're missing the noise, you guys.
Yeah, oh man. The noise is coming back, though. We'll talk about that later. Tiffany Graham. Yay. There you go. See, I told you it gets bigger as we go. That's perfect. All right, and the next. Oh, man. Debbie Browning. There you go, Deb. Just saw Debbie today. She picked up her kit. All right.
For having a kit,
Yeah,
Debbie.
thanks for doing that. That's fantastic. Okay, so we're going to go to raffle number,
No.
Oh, we're going to go for, this will be kind of fun. So this is going to be tricky. We are going to do a feed to Eastern Washington, where Tommy Bigelow is out at Margaret's Vineyard. And as I said earlier, it's his favorite place in the world. And
He's had almost every birthday since we've owned Margaret's there.
Yep, he just
With
loves it.
friends, camping on the vineyard, probably annoying all the vineyard.
I wouldn't say that. No, maybe. Okay. So
Sorry, Tommy.
he knows how to throw a good party
does.
at the vineyard,
And
in
he
fact,
loves it there.
We're gonna let him talk to you a little bit about what we want to do for you as a wine club member out in Walla Walla. And we have a lot of you who have asked about where to go taste, what's the best place to be in, to eat and the whole bit in Walla Walla. We love sharing our views of that. But the beauty of it now is Tommy's been living there. He knows
Boots on the ground, people.
He knows everything about that area, and he
Very
has
helpful.
made a lot of friends. So we're going to set up something where you can tap into Tommy's knowledge, and as a wine club member, get a nice kind of special tour of the vineyard. So we're going to send you over to Tommy Bigelow right now.
Happy Cin Cin JM family. It's Tommy Bigelow, the Merlot of the Tre Fanciulli. I'm out here at Margaret's Vineyard drinking a little 2018 Carmenere. And I just wanted to let you know what's going on out here right now. We're about 2 weeks away from veraison, where the berries will start accumulating a little bit of sugar. The berries will start turning purple. And we've had a really great year out here so far. I'm working for the vineyard management company that's running this vineyard, as well as LaCole's Ferguson Vineyard and a couple of others. And I am just so excited because a dream of mine for a long time has been to share this place with people. This is my favorite place in the entire world, and I love sharing it with people. And we have decided, details to come, that we're going to offer this summer to have wine club members come out and I can tour you guys around. I'd love to show off the vineyard. Our Block 12 Carmenere, that's why I'm drinking this right now, is looking amazing right now. And I just am so excited to have you into this experience. Walla Walla is bustling right now. There's new restaurants, new wineries, and it's just a really fun time to visit. So I want to give you a little pano view of the vineyard. We're out here at sunset. Please come out and visit. Videos and pictures can show a little bit, but honestly, the beauty of this place has to be experienced. So I would love for you to come out. Cin Cin.
Hey, thanks, Tommy. I am so Tommy, I'm so proud of you out there. And the nice thing, I've got to give a shout out.
Tom.
I'm going to give a shout out to Rich Funk, who owns Savaya. Rich has hired Tommy as an intern this fall to work in Savaya and to learn from Rich. Rich is one of my favorite people in the Walla Walla Valley, and it's going to be
An
really
exceptional winemaker as well.
And his son Jared is Tommy's roommate right now out there. So this is a really great community. It's a great community.
Okay, so this is raffle number 3.
Raffle number 3.
And the eligible participants are trivia contests, I guess, participants, sorry, same word. Number of winners 3. And the prize is JM Cellars and the Hops and Seed. So you get a Hops and Seed growler and fill. Got our nice little logo there. Hops and Seed t-shirt. Looking good. We all have them. And it says on the sleeve, believed and brewed in Maltby, Washington. Thank you so much, you guys, Max. And then we have a JM Cellars bottle of wine and a JM Cellars.
Wait, that was too fast on that. You have a JM Cellars Margaret's Vineyard Estate Red 2018.
There you go.
One of my favorite wines, actually.
It is a delicious wine.
There you go. Now go to the cap.
And then a cap. All right. So, John, I'm going to...
So first trivia question. How many acres is our estate vineyard, Margaret's Vineyard, in Walla Walla? I'll tell you the answer was, a lot of people knew the answer to this, which is great. The answer is 40 acres, but the real answer is 25 acres of plantable and 15 acres of unplantable.
I can't even answer that one.
Well, I'm just telling you that's the real mix between the two. And the reason that's important, and you'll hear it in another question coming up, I believe, is that the 15 acres that's unplantable, for me, that immediately says you got to plant that. And so we're going to plant that. It's coming up. So the winner is?
No, I think it's all the... Do we do all the questions?
No, it's each one, isn't it?
You can do all the questions.
I can do them all? Okay. All right, so that was it. 40 acres. And question number 2. All right, this one's an easy one for anybody who has been up to the bump. Who is the wine Louisa named in honor of? And this always makes me a little teary especially when I see the picture of her. But it's my mom, and her name was Louise. But my dad's nickname for her was Louisa, and we just thought it would be a great name for this wine. And it's off of Margaret's Vineyard. The particular year, this last year, 2018, it was mostly Cab Franc with a little bit of Merlot. And I just thought it was maybe one of the best wines I've made. And we put my mom's picture on the bottle. And the reason we did that was when my dad passed away 3 years after my mom, the hospital gave me his wallet, and I just put it in my dresser drawer. And the year that I was doing this for the 2018 bottling of Louisa, I happened to pull the wallet out, and I looked inside it for the first time since I had received it. And there was only one picture in that wallet, and it was the picture that we put on that bottle. And it was my mom when she was 25 years old. It was my dad's favorite picture.
It was just cute. She has quite the hairdo.
Oh, so cute.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh, there it is, right there. Perfect. So, very special bottle of wine to me, and I think to our whole family.
Absolutely.
Thank
you for indulging us.
Yep. All right. So the next trivia question, question number 3. Oh my God, this is so good. How old was our hops and seed brewmaster, Drew, when he started brewing beer?
Oh, we got pictures.
And we've got pictures. Where were you with that fro?
Night on the town.
Night on the town.
Fifth grade sock hop. Sock hop. I thought I was gonna for it with the the hair I'll never be able to have.
Yes.
And look at what you got.
He's got stick straight hair. It's not going to happen.
No. And that's a really cute picture with the dog.
I do have a funny thing about Andrew Janik, our nephew. He actually had a perm in middle school.
Oh my God.
He came home and he cried, and they went and shaved his head.
You guys can all tell that story when you go to Novelty Hill Janik next time. So,
You're not the only one who wanted curly hair.
so Drew, how old were you?
Oh, do I get to answer?
Yeah.
16.
16 years
you were
old.
6. Oh,
When he started brewing beer with
Okay,
his dad.
excuse
He
me.
brewed with his dad. His dad had a really cool little home brew area in the back of their house. And you know, that was the beginning. And I think it's the beginning of something that's going to be pretty cool over the next lifetime.
however long.
Lifetime.
We hope.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, next trivia question. You can stay here. Feel free. Yeah. Guess you like this person. So,
She wants
who
so much
is
something.
our newest and upcoming vineyard project in Walla Walla named for? So remember I told you there's 25 acres of plantable land in Margaret's Vineyard and 15 acres of unplantable. Well, the unplantable is on the south side of our vineyard. We're 1,200 feet up, and it's very steep. It's about a 25% grade coming down. And what happens
Down
is,
and back. I'm sorry.
and what happens on these kinds of slopes is there's very little soil. It's all fractured basalt. So we're going to actually drill the holes for the plants, head plant these Grenache plants, and it'll be about 2.5 acres of planting. And we're going to call it Ethel's Ridge for my mother-in-law, who I love my mother. I am the biggest fan. She's the youngest 92-year-old I've ever met in my life, and she inspires me every day, and I know she inspires her daughter as well.
yeah.
And we
I'm a
were
fan,
so
too.
excited to call this Ethel's Ridge.
Wonderful.
So it'll be a really fun project. We're going to start that next spring. All right, trivia question number
No, it's just 4.
5.
Oh. Uh-oh. I'm trying to get along, so
I
they want
just
they
love
want
it
the
when
prize.
I got one more to go.
All right.
In addition to Margaret's Vineyard, JM currently sources from how many vineyards? And the answer is 9 vineyards.
Cute.
9 vineyards. And 9 Washington vineyards. We actually have a vineyard in California that we talked about earlier. Dueña. Oh, by the way, the vineyard in California is called.
It says 10 on the.
It's 9. Courtney did that wrong.
Oh, it's 9.
Okay, well, that's all right. You're excused.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna go. No, okay. It's variable, but Dueña Margarita is the California vineyard that we sourced the Pinot from for our project last year, and we're going to source it again this year. And I think it's really appropriate that we've got Margaret's Vineyard, and it just so happened that the vineyard in California is called Dueña Margarita, and I think that kind of says it all.
It works.
So, and let's see. That's all the trivia questions.
Okay,
So,
so we have 3 prizes. We already told you what they were, and I don't want to go through it again. It's too much. But our first winner is Jeannie Kenyon. Yay! Woohoo!
way to go, Jeannie. All right, number 2.
I'm going to have you. Oh,
Okay.
no, I'm going to do this one. Our second is Stacy Kelly.
Oh, fantastic.
Thank you, Stacy. Woohoo!
Way to go, Stacy. Oh. The third winner is Carrie Bryant, and Carrie, love you.
Tell how you know.
So Carrie,
Sorry,
Carrie
we're
worked
very
with me
verbose.
many, many years ago. I can't believe I'm saying many, many years ago. It seems like yesterday at Sequent Computers, and she was not just working with me. She was such a friend, and has been tied into us forever and ever. And Carrie, congratulations.
And
That
you
is,
know, well, high school.
and high school as well. But really, really, Sequent was. I mean, I love
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, though. That's good.
Of
So
course.
on to
Are we doing our final draw now?
Bramble Bump. Oh,
Oh,
we're going to do
excuse
another
me.
fun little
Yep.
takeaway here. Now, we'll see if the satellite system for JM Cellars can handle this.
We have terrible
Okay?
Wi-Fi
So
there, if you hadn't noticed.
Here we go. We're gonna swing over, and are you guys ready to swing over to the bump? Okay, so we're gonna swing over.
There's a little update. She wants to know.
Oh,
Okay.
any update on the cave? Oh, good question. Yeah, the update. Oh, I'm so sorry,
That's
I
all
just
right.
stepped on your
That's
toe.
okay.
The update on the cave. If you don't know what that's talking about, we were talking about putting a cave in the back of the bump, right behind the house. We had the design, everything done. Unfortunately, the city of Woodinville basically said, "What's a cave?" That's not a good question to get from the permitting people. I should have just said it was a storage facility, but so we're pretty much shut down right now. We're going to hopefully go through some work with the city or put the cave somewhere else. And I'll leave that one just as a hanger. Okay, so we're going to head up to Michael, our favorite guy, up at the bump. I know you saw him here earlier tonight. This guy is so fast that he's going to be at the bump and he's going to be back here for the party. Michael.
Hi there, this is Michael and Frodo over at JM Cellars. We miss you and we want you to come back to the bump because we know you love the bump as much as we do. So we're going to set up a calendar for wine club people that's going to have scavenger hunts, blendings, some game nights, and we're going to be sending that to you soon. Please plan ahead if you're going to be making reservations because we are still reservation only and you know how small our parking lot is. But we miss you and we hope to see you very, very soon.
Hey, thank you. Oh, Michael, thank you.
Woohoo!
And I don't want to sound like the Wizard of Oz. And your little dog, too. So
That was good. I like that.
Wow. That made my whole night.
I know.
Right there. Okay, so here's raffle number whatever it is.
That's number 4.
Number 4, and this is all participants in the YouTube Live. Go ahead.
We have 2 winners tonight, and the prize is a Maltby tour and tasting with John for 6 people. I really want to throw Drew in there too.
I think you should.
Hi, Drew. You're going to be joined. You're going to do a beer tour as well with John. Is that all right? We're
You
throwing
don't get
that
much
in
choice
there.
when she says
Drew
it that
is
way,
a
do
ton
you?
of fun.
Welcome to my world, my friend.
It's the way it should be.
Okay.
And
So am I choosing?
oh, I already. Didn't we talk about this?
This one and then 2 more. So choose 2 for this one.
Okay, 2 for this one.
Oh, sorry, we're not totally with the program.
All right. Oh, this is great. Steve Urban, way to go, my friend.
Steve!
You're down in Arizona, but you can use this. Come on up. You've never been on a tour with me before, I know. Actually, the one with Drew will be even more fun for you. All right. Loretta Rudas. Way to go, Loretta.
Woohoo!
All right, so that'll be really fun when you bring your friends in. Let's go. We'll just play and have a ball. And we'll drink a lot of beer and a lot of wine, and we'll get you Ubered home. All right.
So this is raffle number 4, the second grouping. It's again all participants in the YouTube Live. We have 2 winners, and the prize is a Margaret's Vineyard tour with John and probably Tommy with wine and nibbles for 6 people.
Should be really fun, you guys.
Got to get yourself to Walla Walla, people.
Yeah, it's and we'll help you figure out where to stay. There's some really great spots to stay now. The other thing, I'll just kind of plug Walla Walla a little bit. There are some restaurants out there that are really doing a great job now, and it's a destination. When you go out there, you can spend 3 days and have a fantastic time. So, and Margaret's Vineyard is going to be a part of that, as you heard earlier. So, Cheryl Booth, you win.
All right, Cheryl. Oh my goodness.
It's so great.
So, oh my gosh, she has to come from far away.
All right. And next winner is Sherry Hinman. Way to go. Sherry, awesome. I hope you take us up on it. It's really going to be a fun time.
Okay, so we have one more.
So Peggy's got the paper.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for your patience.
Next up.
It's
Oh man, this is a good one.
the third group of raffle number 4. Everyone who's, again, eligible, YouTube Live. Winners are 2, and the prize is a $100 John Howie gift certificate, a JM Magnum, and a signed Chef Howie cookbook.
Thanks,
Thank
John.
you, Chef. Okay.
All right, and so the winner is, Jeffrey Quinn, you're in. We'll have
Way
it
to go.
all here for you. And Denise, and your last name is W. I love it. Do you own the W Hotels? No, Denise, that's awesome. Fantastic. So you know who you are, and we know who you are. We'll make sure this gets to you. So you guys, that was the end of the raffles for this year. I know it's not quite as exciting as when we're all together and we're dancing and we're singing and we're hugging, but you know what? We're this close to being back to that. And I feel like this September, when we do our harvest party, and we're going to do it out here in Maltby, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but our parking's a little limited up at the bump.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a big party out here. We're going to talk to the other wineries in the vault and JP Trodden, and we're going to try and just open this whole thing up and just have a blowout in September. So look for that. We'll have the emails out, and I really, really want to say one more time, thank you.
Absolutely.
For being with us and for us over the years. Oh, also, I wanted to mention there is a 50% discount on cases that Courtney, our perfect sales manager, has tossed that out. But you know, we love doing this once a year for the half-year party, and I appreciate everybody who took advantage of it. So we love you. We want to see you soon. Come on out. And it ends tonight. The 50% discount.
50% discount.
Anything else
ends
I need to?
I know. Are we
Okay,
good?
I'm all good.
We're good. All right.
And take care, you guys. Thank you. Cin Cin.
Thank you. Cin Cin. Thank you.